Hey, welcome to another episode of Clear Light Connections, where we talk to the people behind the businesses and brands of Bay Area Houston. Proudly sponsored by UTMB Health. My special guest today is Shannon, and you are with the Birthday Joy Program.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what that is.
So the Birthday Joy Program is a nonprofit here in the Clear Lake area, and we service families in crisis, children who are in residential foster care, and then also Title I schools in the area, and help kind of bring birthday joy to each of those kiddos and families, and help spread the love that way.
So you're basically taking what should always be a special day for children and making sure that those least or are most disadvantaged get to experience
Exactly.
that joy.
So we know that kids who, celebrating your birthday is a normal thing for most people, and getting to be the center of attention and feeling that love. And for a lot of those kids, they're not getting that experience. We've had several kids where we go to a party at a shelter and they've never had anybody sing happy birthday to them before.
Oh, wow.
And so getting to bring that joy to them and a little bit of a sense of normalcy in what is a really stressful situation in their life is our pleasure and our joy.
How did this start?
So we were founded in 2017 by a lady named Noni Fairchild. It was kind of her passion project, and she started the Birthday Joy Program with her own money and her own resources and time and lots of love. So she was the director for 4 years. She retired in 2021, and she and her husband moved back to Iowa. And so we have a board of directors who now are run the program, and we are all volunteers. And it's
And we
neat
talked
program.
about that it must be, it's a labor of love, obviously, but the fact that you're all doing it on a volunteer basis, that means any donations you guys get, 100% of that is going to go straight
Absolutely.
to the kids.
So yeah, every donation, every dime, every resource that is given to us goes right back into the program. The only overhead that we carry is the space that we lease in League City. And other than that, everything is donation based, and none of it goes to a staff. So it's a really
So tell me, what are your biggest needs as an organization?
So our biggest need currently is we do joy bags for schools. So we currently have 6 schools. We're growing to 10 schools in the fall. And so the joy bags are given to every student in Title I schools in the area. So we have several in Clear Creek. We have Pasadena and HISD, and we're going to grow to Pearland and probably in Galveston. And so those bags include a book, a toy, a Whataburger gift card. Whataburger's one of our big sponsors. And then several little knick-knacky things that each kid at the school gets one. So you have, 600 or 700 kids at a school. And so we do those for what will be 10 schools in the fall. So we have an Amazon wish list on our website. And if you go there, there's a list of all the needs of things that we could use. Monetary donations are always great.
Cash is king.
Cash works really well. We know how to spend it. And so we do birthday parties every month at 4 shelters. So we have Kids Harbor, which is in Liverpool, Today's Harbor for Kids in LaPorte, Miracles Place, which is an all girls home in like Southwest Houston area, and then Promise Rose, which is an all boys home. And so we do 4 parties a month, and so that cash goes to those. We also have volunteers who come and will volunteer at those parties to help run games or do a craft with the kids. So if you have a resource, if you're a magician, or if you're, have a skill that you'd love to donate your time, we are always looking for those kinds of things for our parties.
So this program started here locally, but it sounds like it's really expanded.
So we service Brazoria, Harris, and Galveston counties.
Okay.
So pretty much all of Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a neat thing.
And so these birthday parties that you do every month, tell me about those, or tell me a story about
Sure.
one that just kind of epitomizes what the program is all about.
Sure. So, we will, at the beginning of every month, ask each of our houses to send us a list of the kids that are celebrating their birthday that month, and we will honor all of those kids at the birthday party. They get a pillowcase with their name on it, which is often the most treasured gift because it's something that's theirs and belongs to them. We buy a specific gift for that child, and then we'll have a themed party. So I think this month we're having a pets party, and so it'll be, a piñata and games and things that are all geared towards that. And it's just a really fun day of getting to honor these kids and celebrate and bring some normalcy to their life in situations that are really, really tough.
Yeah, and so it sounds like you've got some really good partnerships built up, not only with schools, but also with these shelters.
Yes. Yeah. So the shelters are doing all the hard work. We get to come in and do the fun day. And we are very, very fortunate to do that. So we have volunteers that help with each of those parties. And if you're interested in learning more about how to volunteer with the Birthday Joy program, we have a volunteer page on our website, and our website is thebirthdayjoyprogram.com. You can get access to volunteer information, our Amazon wish list, our current needs are always listed there. We also have a office in League City and kind of right behind the Starbucks at Highway 3. And we have business hours posted. They're kind of random because we're all volunteer based.
Yeah.
We don't have regular routine hours, but we are always open to accepting donations there.
What kind of donations do you need?
So lots of times people will, your kids get all of these extra gifts at Christmas or for birthdays, and they just pile up in your craft closet or your junk closet. I have one at my house. And so lots of times people will bring those and use our new gifts, because we are always trying to stock our gift closet. It's actually now a gift room. We've grown so much, which is awesome. But we are always looking for those kinds of things, gifts, paper goods that are themed for parties. So not only do we do birthday parties, but we also have birthday fix-in bags, which are for families who just might be in a crisis situation. And so we have a form on our website that they can fill out requesting support for their birthday. So, if you're struggling to put dinner on the table,
yeah,
your child's birthday is something else that's causing you a large stress, because as a parent, you want to do everything you can for your kiddos.
Yeah.
So we try and help kind of lighten that burden a little bit. So parents can request a birthday fix-in bag. They fill out the form. They kind of give us a little bit of info on what their kid's interested in, and we will have volunteers who go to the office and build these bags and either deliver them or have them ready for pickup at the office. So in those bags are party for 8. So you've got a cake mix and icing and candles and balloons and all the things that you would go to Party City or wherever and buy. And the kids get to tell us one of their gifts, and we will do a gift for that. We try to keep the value of those gifts about $30. So if you're thinking about if you're wanting to make a donation, Legos are a big need for us all the time. So those Lego kits that kind of run in that $25, $35 range are a great donation item for us. We work really hard to get those out the door as quickly as possible, but we ask that families give us 10 days ahead of their kiddo's birthday to request those. But
so back to the school thing.
Sure.
How do you pick those schools?
So we worked with communities and schools to kind of help us get school list. We also, one of our board members is a counselor in Dickinson, so she has great ties to the community and kind of the touch points for that. All of the schools that we service are Title I schools, so that's kind of the...
Yeah, and I think maybe people don't quite understand what a Title I school is. That means they've got, 40% or more free and reduced
Correct.
lunch.
It's 40%
kind of a self-reported
free.
number.
Yep.
And usually the numbers are way higher than that.
Correct, yeah. Most of the schools we service are probably closer to 65 or 70%. Yeah.
And what else are you guys doing that you want to let the community know about?
Oh man, we have all sorts of programs that we are very fortunate to get to be a part of. I would like to kind of recognize one of our big grants that we got this year. So one of the things that we work really hard at is continuing to make sure that there's funding so that the program will live on down the road. The Texans, we received one of their community grants this year. So
that's great.
They were a huge partner this year. It's been very exciting. It's going to enable us to grow from 6 schools to 10 schools, because each of those schools cost us about $5,000 to do their joy bags for the year. And so when you add a school, when you're adding 4 schools, you're now adding $20,000 in operating costs that we had to fund somehow. And thankfully, we have lots of community partners that do that. And so if your company is interested in sponsoring a school, we're happy to help facilitate that and help us grow there too.
Well, I volunteered on a lot of things, but it sounds like you guys are really doing it right with, using all volunteer hours. And so if people want to get involved, they just need to go to your website.
Yep. So we have the volunteer page on our website. The email address is volunteers@thebirthdayjoyprogram.com. and our volunteer coordinator, Katie, will get back to you. We have a application process that we do. It's super quick, run the criminal background check, all that stuff if you're going to be going to a shelter party. If you're interested in helping in the office, we always have needs. We're currently kind of overhauling our organization at the office. We've been abundantly blessed with resources lately, so we're having to kind of reconfigure some things. So if you have kiddos who need service hours, we are always looking for high school kids, junior high kids who are interested in coming and helping build birthday bags, because we will not only do the fix-in bags for families in need, but we partner with CPS and do their bear warehouse. So we drop about 30 to 40 bags a month there. And then local food pantries, we will stash, kind of give them a stash of birthday bags so that if a family comes in and they have a kid who's having a birthday, that they can have access to those needs too.
Yeah, that's excellent. And there's so many organizations here where the kids need service hours. Yep. So that sounds like a great fit.
Yeah, it's a really fun way for the kids to, and I think it's a neat way for kids to, my own children help volunteer, and it kind of grounds you a little bit and makes you realize, how fortunate many of us are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now, you wanted to talk about the community.
Yeah. So we have another program that's called the Community Joy Program, and it is for families who might not be able to help their kids with extracurriculars. So we got a grant a couple years ago from Texas New Mexico Power, and it was for our Community Joy Fund. It kind of happened at the same time as COVID, so they extended our opportunity to be able to use those resources. But we have a process where if you have a child who's going to prom and you can't afford a prom dress, or you need help with band rentals, or your kid needs baseball gear for baseball season, that you can reach out to us, and you can email us at info@thebirthdayjoyprogram, and we will present your case essentially to our board, and then the board can then approve that funding. And so we have several kids that we've helped do jujitsu and gymnastics. So that's a limited fund, but it's something that we are really proud to be able to help, again, families in situations where, the kids need a little bit of normal and they just need a little help to get that. And so it's
and I like the concept of joy. There's power there, and we could all use a little more joy in our lives.
Yeah, and I will tell you, going back to our shelter parties, when we give those kids, it makes me tear up every time, a pillowcase with their name on it. And the fact, they walk past the gift to that because it's something that is truly theirs. And I mean, often times these kids are coming in with a garbage bag full of clothes, and to have something that is theirs and being, celebrated on that day, it's a really great honor to be able to provide that little day of glimmer of happiness for them.
Well, thanks to you and all your volunteers for doing this. It's a great program, and
thank you for helping us.
Hopefully it continues to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.